प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण। Let us recite our Mangalacharan prayers, the auspicious invocation prayers. All of us together. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण बलराम सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती नामिने। श्रीवार्षभानवी देवी दयिताय कृपाभये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुग भक्तिद श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्ध अपसिद्धान्त ध्वान्तहारिणे। नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भ रसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगावराय ते। गौराविर्भाव भूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतो पंगो मम मंद मतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्भोजो राधा मदन मोहनो दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमाद श्रीमद्रत्नागर सिंहासनस्थौ श्री श्री राधा श्रील गोविंद देवो प्रेष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि। श्रीमन्द्रास रसारम्भी वंशीवट तटस्थित कर्षणवेणु स्वनैर्गोपिन् गोपीनाथ श्रियेस्तु नः तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वृंदावनेश्वरी राधा कृष्णो वृंदावनेश्वरः जीवने विरहे नित्यं राधा कृष्णो गतिर्मम कृष्ण प्रेममयी राधा राधा प्रेममयो हरि जीवने निधने नित्यं राधा कृष्णो गतिर्मम जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यमुना Shastakacharya Ashtottar Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajaka Ashtottar Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Shri Shachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahashay Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Prabhutraya Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shri Shad Goswami Prabhu Gan Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज श्री गोवर्धन महाराज की जय. श्री व्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय. श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय. श्री पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय. श्री गंगा देवी की जय. श्री जमुना देवी की जय. श्री भक्ति देवी की जय. कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदायिनी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय. कलयुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय. हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Nitai Gaur Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये. नक्षत्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. वासुदेव परा वेदा वासुदेव परामखा वासुदेव परा योग वासुदेव परम क्रिया वासुदेव परम ज्ञानम वासुदेव परम तपः वासुदेव परो धर्मो वासुदेव परागतिः. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये. आराध्यो भगवान् व्रजेश तनयास्तद्धाम वृन्दावनम्. रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधू वर्गेण या कल्पिता. श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलम् प्रेम पुमरतो महान् श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मतमिदं तत्रादरो न परा। Hare Krishna. I seek the blessings of all the senior devotees who have assembled here, headed by Srila Prabhupada's disciple, His Grace Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances again at your lotus feet. And with your kind blessings, we would like to start with the Bhagavatam class. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So yesterday, on the auspicious Tithi of Mohini Ekadashi, we read from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 52, entitled Srimati Rukmini Devi's Message to Lord Shri Krishna, and we read till verse number 24. I think from verse number 15 to 24 we read. So today, let us begin from verse number 25. Again, this is Srimad Bhagavatam 10.52.25. Yesterday we saw how Lord Krishna has just established his kingdom in Dwarka. And southeast of Dwarka, in a province called Vidarbha, there lived a king who was a nice devotee. His name was Maharaj Bhishma. And he had 5 sons and he had 1 daughter. His daughter was Rukmini, who is the supreme goddess of fortune, the expansion of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is our Swamini, and Srimati Radharani is the original goddess of fortune. Please repeat after me. This is a beautiful verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Govinda Nandini Radha Govinda Mohini.
Govinda Nandini Radha Govinda Mohini.
Govinda Sarvasva Sarva Kanta Shiromani.
Govinda Sarvasva Sarva Kanta Shiromani.
Govinda Nandini Radha Govinda Mohini.
Govinda Nandini Radha Govinda Mohini.
Govinda Sarvasva Sarva Kanta Shiromani.
Govinda Sarvasva Sarva Kanta Shiromani.
Govinda Nandini Radha, Srimati Radharani is the source of all pleasure to Govinda Krishna. The source of Krishna's pleasure is Srimati Radharani. Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini, and she bewilders even Krishna. Krishna is Jagan Mohan. He can bewilder the whole world, but Krishna is bewildered by Srimati Radharani. Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini. She is Madan Mohan Mohini. Govinda Sarvasva, and she is everything for Krishna. Srimati Radharani means everything for Krishna. Govinda Sarvasva, Sarva Kanta Shiromani. She is the crest jewel of all the Mahishinis, all the gopis and all the queens of Dwarka. The topmost personality, the original personality is Radharani. Rukmini, Satyabhama, Chandravali, Lalita, Vishakha, they all come from Radharani. Just like all the Vishnu Murtis come from Krishna. Ramadi Murti Shukala Niyamena Tishthan Nana Avatara Karoda Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Parama Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Just like all other forms, Lord Ram, Lord Narasimha, etc., they all come from Krishna. Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Parama Pumanyo. Original personality is Krishna. All the Vishnu Murtis, they are Swamsha, expansions of Krishna. Similarly, Chandravali, Lalita, Vishakha, Rukmini, Satyabhama, Kalindi, all these conjugal associates of Krishna come from Radharani. Just like different Vishnu Murtis come from Krishna, different gopis and different queens of Dwarka, they all come from Radharani. So Radharani's very special form is Srimati Rukmini Devi. And Srimati Rukmini Devi lived in Vidarbha, which is a part of Maharashtra, eastern Maharashtra, central India. And Bhishmak Maharaj used to invite different sages in his assembly, like Narad Muni. From time to time they would come and they would do Krishna Katha in the palace of Maharaj Bhishmak. And Rukmini heard the descriptions of Krishna. She got attracted. She decided that I will give myself to Krishna. Krishna will be my husband. And even though she had never met Krishna, she had never written any letter to Krishna, Krishna understood the feelings of Rukmini Devi, which shows that Krishna is all-knowing. He is omniscient. He knows everything. He knows every prayer we offer, every thought that we have. Radha and Krishna know it. So Krishna understood and he also accepted. Okay, I will marry Rukmini. Krishna accepted. That's where we concluded yesterday. So now let's begin from verse number 25. 10.52.25. Please repeat. Bandhunam ichhatam datum Krishnaya bhaginim nripa Tato nivarya Krishna dvid Rukmi chaidyam amanyata Bandhunam ichhatam datum Krishnaya bhaginim nripa Tato nivarya Krishna dvid Rukmi chaidyam amanyata. Translations and purports by the humble disciples of His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Shri Shukdev Goswami is telling Maharaj Parikshit, O King Parikshit, because Rukmi envied Lord Krishna, he forbade his family members to give his sister Rukmini to Krishna, although they all wanted to. Instead, Rukmi decided to give Rukmini to Shishupal. Hare Krishna. So Rukmini loved Krishna, Krishna loved Rukmini, they wanted to get married, they were meant for each other. You saw yesterday they had similar qualities. But because the elder brother Rukmi envied Krishna, he said, no, my sister will not marry Krishna. My sister will marry Shishupal, the sworn enemy of Krishna. This is what envy does to us. We simply want to see the object of our envy suffer for no good reason, simply because we are envious. So he was very envious. Text 26. Tad avetyasita pangi Vaidarbhi durmana bhrisham Vichintyaptam dvijam kanchit Krishnaya prahinodrutam. Dark-eyed Vaidarbhi. Vaidarbhi is the name of Rukmini. Why? She's from Vidarbha. So it's called Vaidarbhi. Who is from Janakpur? So from Vidarbha she is called Vaidarbhi, Rukmini. She had beautiful dark eyes. And what are the eyes of Srimati Radharani? What is the color of Srimati Radharani's eyes? Yes, bluish. Yes, Haribol. And Rukmini is dark-eyed. Dark-eyed Rukmini was aware of this plan. So Rukmini became aware that my elder brother he has somehow coerced my father and the rest of the family into marrying me off to Shishupal instead of Krishna. So Rukmini knew this plan and it deeply upset her. Analyzing the situation, she quickly sent a trustworthy Brahman. Aptam Dvijam means a reliable Brahman. Dvijam means Brahman. She sent a trustworthy Brahman to Krishna. Krishnaya Prahinot Dhrutam. Dhrutam means quick, hastily. Quickly, go to Krishna. There is no time, go to Krishna. She hastily sent a trustworthy Brahman to Krishna. Krishna was at Dwarka. Now, in the interest of time, because we have much ground to cover, we will not read these verses, even though these verses are very beautiful, but we will read the prayers, the letter of Shri Rukmini. Okay? So until there, let's keep reading the translations. So, Rukmini hastily sent the Brahman to Dwarka with a handwritten letter. A handwritten letter. She didn't buy a Hallmark card. Marry me soon. She hand wrote her feelings. She hand wrote her feelings and sent. And the Brahman reached Dwarka very quickly. Now imagine, it is hundreds of kilometers away. Vidarbha is in Maharashtra. And where is Dwarka?
Gujarat.
No. Gujaratis are saying Gujarat. Krishna Patel was not from Gujarat. Patelish. He is the lord of the Patels. Well, yes, Dwarka, but in the ocean. Not in the Dwarka as we know it. So Dwarka city was situated in the ocean. So it was inaccessible. Hare Krishna. Please don't mind. There were no motels in Dwarka. But there was Krishna created an island, Mataji, in the ocean. And that island was floating in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean where the enemies could not. That was the whole purpose, that the enemies should not reach. So he created in the middle of the ocean, Dwarka, close to Gujarat. So this Brahman reached the island. The question is how? He was not some track runner. He was not trained. He didn't have a chariot. He didn't have a horse. How did he reach Dwarka overnight? By walking. But how? He could not walk on the ocean. How did he reach Dwarka? It is not explained anywhere.
Boat. Need a boat.
There is no boat. He just reached Dwarka. And I heard the answer from my spiritual master, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So I'll just repeat what I heard from Maharaj. Maharaj says this Shakti, this strength to accomplish superhuman feats comes from Balaram. He gives Bala. Baladev gives the Bala, the strength to perform devotional service. If we have the sincere desire that I want to do something wonderful for Krishna, I want the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita to be printed and published in 2 months. Who gave the devotees the strength? The Guru. Prabhupada gives instruction, but with the instruction he gives empowerment. So similarly, the Adi Guru is Balaram. And Maharaj explained that when we have a sincere desire to serve Krishna and Radharani, the strength, ability is given by Balaram. So this Brahman, reaching immediately Dwarka, which is floating in the middle of the ocean, that special ability, that empowerment, that strength was given by Balaram, Adi Guru. So he reached. And he found Krishna sitting on his throne. Then, as soon as Krishna saw this Brahman, because Krishna is a Kshatriya, he is the king in the royal order, and Brahman is supposed to be superior to Kshatriya. So Krishna immediately got up from his throne. He went to receive this Brahman. Oh Brahman Dev, you have come, please come. He brought him inside the palace, made him sit comfortably. Then Krishna washed his feet, offered him arati, welcomed him with sweet words, and asked him certain questions, which I said I will not read, but I will read. Because it is so beautiful. So Krishna welcomed him and then asked him, text 30. Kachid dvijavara shrestha dharmaste vriddha sammataha vartate nati krichvena santushta manasa sada. Krishna asked the Brahman, O best of exalted Brahmanas, are your religious practices sanctioned by senior authorities? Vriddha sammata. Are you doing according to the superiors what they are telling? Are your religious duties, which are sanctioned by senior authorities, proceeding without difficulty? Is your mind always fully satisfied? Santushta manasa sada. Santushta means satisfied. Is your mind satisfied? Krishna is asking the Brahman. Then Krishna says something very deep. He says, when a Brahman is, in verse 31, when the Brahman is satisfied with whatever comes his way and does not fall away from his religious duties, those very religious principles become his desire cow, fulfilling all his wishes. These are Krishna's words. So my dear friends, please pay attention. Krishna is saying, when a Brahman, and Srila Prabhupada said, this Krishna consciousness movement is a movement of, Prabhupada said, I want to create first class men and women. There is a movement of Brahmanas. So, when a Brahman is satisfied with whatever comes his way and does not fall away from his religious duties, those very religious principles that he is following become the desire cow to fulfill all his wishes. So if we sacrifice to follow certain regulative principles like no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling, we will chant, we will distribute Prabhupada's books, we will worship our deities, we will wake up for Mandal Aarti, we will cooperate in ISKCON in the mood of servant of the servant. These are the religious principles for all of us. If we follow these religious principles will become the wish fulfilling cow for us. And everything will be fulfilled just by executing these religious principles. Take the example of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada came to America with practically nothing of value. 40 Indian rupees. They had no value in America. And within a short time, Krishna gave everything to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada never compromised. He was wearing same clothes in New York what he was wearing in Vrindavan. Same sannyasi robes. Same tilak. Same shaved head, same shikha. Prabhupada never compromised. And he never allowed his disciples to compromise. He gave the 4 regulative principles, which are very difficult to follow. So, by following these principles, Srila Prabhupada wanted to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And Prabhupada did it in 11 short years. Quickly he went all over the world. He had so many disciples, so many followers, temples, farm communities, printing press. Everything was there. It all happened because Srila Prabhupada was very true to the parampara. As an acharya, authentic acharya, Srila Prabhupada represented the parampara and the whole blessings of Krishna through the parampara were upon Srila Prabhupada. Therefore, he is called the empowered acharya. But if we compromise on the religious principles, that empowerment will not come. To receive something, you have to have a patra. You have to have a receptacle. Now we are going to receive prasad. So you need a plate to receive that prasad. And that receptacle is the purity of our heart. If our heart is pure, it can receive the blessings and the empowerment. But if we are not pure, we are not following the religious principles, regulative principles, then even though mercy is flowing, we cannot take it. It is raining, but we are inside. We will not be touched by the rain shower of mercy. We will be deprived. Like that. Interesting statistic. One of my professors at Emory, when I was in residency, told me this. I have not verified it, but he told me. He's from Florida, Orlando. He said, in America, the highest incidence of vitamin D deficiency is in the sunshine side. Because nobody goes out. We are always covered. Hare Krishna. So, then Krishna says, in verse 32, On the other hand, unsatisfied Brahman wanders restlessly from one planet to another. Even if he becomes king of heaven, he is unsatisfied. But a satisfied Brahman, though he may possess nothing, rests peacefully, all his limbs free of distress. If one practices satisfaction, santosh, satisfaction, then we can be happy even if we are earning less money. And if we have uncontrolled mind, we may be millionaire, but still we will be frustrated. We will be frustrated. And I see this when I'm doing my charting in the hospital, in the physician lounge, there are all physicians sitting. And sometimes I hear some very high performing physicians complain about life in general, about their vacation, about their bonus. So it's something to introspect, that what someone may have is more than enough, but because the desires are uncontrolled, there is no satisfaction and there is frustration and restlessness and then over to fulfill unrealistic expectations. Instead, Krishna says we should work hard, honestly, according to our ability, according to our training, and what we get naturally, we should be satisfied. If it is $30,000 a year, or $300,000 a year, or $3 million a year, according to our prarabdha, according to our destiny, our karma, we should work honestly, and then what comes, we should be satisfied. We should not envy others. We should not look at other people's paycheck, or other people's house, or their car, or their partner. We should be satisfied with all. It is said that 3 things we should always be satisfied with, and 3 things we should never be satisfied with. Prabhupada quotes this. Chanakya Pandit writes, 3 things to be satisfied with is our spouse. We should always be satisfied with our spouse. We should not look elsewhere. Krishna has given, we should be satisfied. Second is, we should be satisfied with the money that we earn, our paycheck. We should be satisfied. Whatever it is. We should work hard, and then what comes, we should be satisfied. Materialistic people will not agree with this. Their philosophy is, be hungry, be greedy. It's okay, for them it's okay. But in bhakti, it doesn't work. Because Srila Rupa Goswami says, 6 things that are unfavorable for Krishna consciousness. Atyahar prayashascha prajalpo niyamatra jarasangasya laulamya shadvir bhakti vinashyati. It begins with atyahar, accumulating too many things, eating too much, accumulating too many things, and prayas, over endeavoring, ugra karma. Too much money, I'll work 16 hours, 20 hours. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave a very simple formula. There are 24 hours in a day, 8 hours we should work. 8 hours for the family and 8 hours for bhajan. So 8 hours we should work. 8 hours for the family means we spend time with family, we have prasad with them, we cook with them, we clean the house, we fix things in the house, we take the homework of the children, all those things. We take them to school, bring them back to school, take them for whatever activities we have to do for the family, we do. And 8 hours bhajan. So when do we sleep? Well, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur would hardly sleep for 1.5 hours, Srila Prabhupada also. But what we can do is, the 8 hours we spend with family, how about spending 1 hour doing deity worship with family? Family that prays together, stays together. Family that dances together, advances together. Family that sings together, clings together. So 8 hours we spend with family, let some of those hours be Krishna conscious. That we are going to do Gaur Aarti every evening. The whole family will come together, we are going to do Gaur Aarti, Narsimha Aarti in the evening. That's family time. And it's Krishna, it's bhajan. Family, we are going to read half an hour of Bhagavatam every day. Or Chaitanya Charitamrita every day. That's family time, it's bonding time, but it's bhajan. Correct? And then we take rest for 6 hours, 2 hours we chant. So we can manage. But we should not work too much. Over endeavor is not good. So 3 things we're satisfied with: our paycheck, our spouse, and and the prasad that we get. So now we are going to get prasad. We should be satisfied. We should not complain the salt is too much, salt is too less. Mother, you only one rasgulla. Why not two? We should be satisfied with what comes. Prabhupada says we should be satisfied with the prasad, with the paycheck, and with the spouse. We should not complain, not envy others. 3 things we should not be satisfied with. Are you ready?
Yes.
Number 1 is the number of rounds we chant. The Naam Bhajan that we do. We should not be satisfied. Oh, 16 rounds are done, enough. No. In the first initiation, Prabhupada wanted us how many? 64 rounds, which were the original instructions of Srila Prabhupada. But because devotees were very busy, opening temples, distributing books, raising funds, making life members, so many things were going on. Acquiring properties, they were busy 24 hours a day. Prabhupada said, okay, 32. Prabhupada, that's also too much. Alright, 16, but no less. Now the temples are built, the books have been printed, everything is done, and still if we say 16 is enough, then we have to ask ourselves, we have to analyze our own heart. Is it fair? So we should not be satisfied with just the number of rounds we are chanting. We should want to do more. Why only 15 minutes kirtan? Prabhu, let's do more. Like that. Hari bol, more, like that. So we should not be satisfied with our Naam Bhajan, the number of Krishna's names we are chanting, number 1. Number 2, we should not be satisfied with how much charity we give. We should give, but we should always feel that I wish I could do more. We should not be satisfied. Oh, I already gave, no, what is this? We should give, and we should feel that I wish I could do more. Someday I want to do more. We should not be satisfied. Like chanting japa, we should not be satisfied with how much charity we give. And lastly, we should not be, Chanakya Pandit writes in Prabhupada quotes, we should not be satisfied with how much Shastra Swadhyaya we do, how much scriptures we read. We should never be satisfied. We should want to read again and again and again. Srila Prabhupada's books should not be kept as it is. They should be read and read again. One of the greatest inspirations in my life is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada's, Her Grace Ladini Mataji from New Vrindavan. And later on she went to Africa to preach. Ladini Mataji, she was serving Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra alone in New Vrindavan until 1989. From 1971 or 70 she came to New Vrindavan. She joined the movement in 69 in Detroit, and then she ended up in New Vrindavan. And she served from almost 1970 to 1989, 19 years. She served Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra continuously. And she would chant more than 16 rounds every day. She had read whatever Srimad Bhagavatam had been translated by Prabhupada. Because she joined in 1969, so Bhagavatam was still being translated and printed. So as the volumes would come, she would request a copy and they would read. And then in 1972, Srila Prabhupada published Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And when she heard some of Prabhupada's classes on Chaitanya Charitamrita, it really transformed her heart. And she said, I want to dedicate my life to studying this scripture, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And she wrote to the BBT that I have no money, but I want a full set of Chaitanya Charitamrita. In those days, there was no internet, there was no Vedabase. So to read, you had to read the actual book. And there was one slightly defective copy in the BBT, which could not be sold because there was some minor defect. So they said, we will send it to you for free. Because she had no money. So they sent her a set of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhuji, the original set was how many volumes? 18 volumes or 19 volumes? Something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, now it is 9, but it was more that time, the original. There were more volumes. So they sent the whole set to Ladin. 17 volume Chaitanya Charitamrita set was sent to her in New Vrindavan.
I got one of the first to come out of the publishing.
Wow.
Was that? And we were on Sankirtan, and a young man I was distributing in Pontiac, Michigan. It was 15 below. and we were in the parking lot, and we had to go into the supermarket because it was so cold out. We said, well, if we get kicked out, who cares? And this one young man, he had a Krishna button on Krishna's lotus feet. So I approached him and he said, are you a devotee of Krishna? And I said, I'm trying to be, yeah. He said, I heard that Prabhupada just published Chaitanya Charitamrita. And we just had received it. It was like hot off the press. So I said, I happen to have one in the van. He said, I'll give you anything for that.
Hare
He
Krishna.
gave me $3,000 in my hand. He said, I'll take that. And I gave it to him.
Hare Krishna. Who was this devotee?
His name is Bob. He never took initiation. He was a musician, you know, had kind of hung around devotees for years. And yeah, he took my first set. That was my first set I ever sold.
So amazing story. Jai. Hare Krishna. So she read Chaitanya Charitamrita whenever she got it. Maybe she got it in 1973, 1974. Until her departure, she had read the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita cover to cover at least 9 to 10 times. She was very attached to Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Prabhupada's book should be read again and again and again. We should not be satisfied. I have read that. Next book, something new. I have read Prabhupada's books. Now give me some other books. Prabhupada's books are very deep. Very deep. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, we should just, Prabhupada's books, all of them, we should keep reading them again and again. And when we read them, we will get deeper and deeper insights. So 3 things to be satisfied, 3 things not to be satisfied. What are the 3 things we should be satisfied with?
Prasadam.
3 things not to be satisfied with?
Chanting, reading, and charity.
Good. Hare Krishna. So Krishna says, one who is unsatisfied, asantashta, he will never be happy. Then Krishna says something very interesting in verse number 33. Krishna says, I repeatedly bow my head in respect to those Brahmanas who are satisfied. This satisfaction, this quality of being satisfied is very dear to Krishna. Saintly, prideless and peaceful, these Brahmanas are the best well-wishers of all living beings. Saintly, prideless, peaceful and satisfied. This satisfaction is very important. Was Duryodhana satisfied?
No.
He had the whole kingdom. And the Pandavas were willing to be satisfied with 5 small villages. But Duryodhana would not even part with that. Because he didn't practice satisfaction. And that caused him to lose everything. Ravan had so many wives. Was he satisfied?
No.
He envied Ram, wanted Ram's wife. And what was the result? He lost all his things. He lost his queens, he lost his kingdom, lost his money, lost his position, lost his son, lost his brother, Kumbhakarna, and lost his own life. And he didn't get Sita. This is material nature, my dear friends. If we are only satisfied, we're very happy. In Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad, there is a very beautiful story of Kolavicha Sridhar, the banana seller. Mahaprabhu loved him so much. He was a very honest man. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur describes he was like Yudhishthira Maharaj. Very honest. If the fair market value of his bananas was 2 paisa, he would charge 1 paisa. Below the fair market value. Just to survive. And when he would get that 1 paisa, 50% he would donate to the devotees so they can do Ganga Puja. He would purchase garlands, incense sticks and sponsor Ganga Aarti with half his income, Ganga Puja. And remaining half he would use for his maintenance. To get some roti, some rice. That's how he lived. And he was satisfied with this much. And Mahaprabhu would go to him as Nimai Pandit every morning. It was his daily schedule. He would go and he would say, so, how much for the bananas? And Sridhar, very honest, he would quote very fair price, less than very wholesale rate. he would quote to Mahaprabhu. Oh, 1 paisa? Your bananas are overpriced. This is not fair, Sridhar. And Sridhar would say, Nimai, if you think these are overpriced, go somewhere else. There are so many banana sellers sitting. Mahaprabhu says, no. Why should I go somewhere else? When I have found a good supplier, why I should go somewhere else? You reduce your price. And Sridhar would not budge because he was an honest man. Because if you reduce the price, then you have to reduce for everyone. He says, no, my price is fair. You ask anyone, they are all selling bananas. They are selling at more higher price than me. I cannot reduce my price. No, but I am a Brahmana. Sridhar, for a Brahmana you should give some concession. A Brahman discount. And Sridhar said, no, I cannot do that for you. I have to be fair to everyone. I cannot reduce my price. I know you are a very rich man, but you hide your wealth. Someday I will expose you. He says, what wealth? This is my hut. This is my cottage. Go and check. I have no wealth. No. You have hidden wealth, which you don't show anybody. I know it. Someday I will expose you. Which wealth is Mahaprabhu speaking about? So you have wealth, which nobody knows. They think you are just a banana seller. Actually, you are a very wealthy man. And everybody is listening. What? Really? This guy? He's wealthy? Maybe we should raid his house someday. So I have nothing. No, you have. See, if I give you a discount, then I will not be able to do Ganga Puja. Because 50% of my income I use it for Ganga Puja. If I give you discount, then how I can do Ganga Puja? Nimai would say, why you want to do Ganga Puja? Who is Ganga? She is just water that has washed my feet. This Ganga originates from my feet. Vishnu! Nimai, you are too naughty. What nonsense you are talking? Now you are offending Gangaji. I cannot tolerate that. She is my worshipable deity. I worship Ganga. Whose lotus feet does Ganga originate from? He says, Lord Vishnu. And who am I? Nimai will tell him. He says, oh, this is too much. You go away. I will go if you give me the bananas. I will give, but you have to give a fair price. He says, no. I will not give a fair price. In fact, I am a Brahman. You should give it to me for free. You will get pious credits if you give it to me for free. And Nimai would pick up the bananas and start walking away. And Sridhar would hold it. No, give me something. He says, no, I will not give you. There is no need to do Ganga Puja. It is just water that has washed my feet. You might as well wash my feet and take that water. Oh, you go. You take the bananas and go. But don't speak like this. And he would go. Every day Mahaprabhu would come. Srila Vrindavan Thakur says for approximately 2 hours. 1 hour, 45 minutes or something like that. He would bargain with Kolavya Sridhar, and the end result was same every day. That he would take the bananas for free. But years later, when this Nimai, he manifested himself as a devotee. Sridhar understood that what he was speaking was the truth. Gangaji in fact manifests from his lotus feet. And during the Mahaprakash Leela, when Mahaprabhu called for him and asked him that Sridhar, you are my very great devotee. From morning to evening, you sit by the side of the road selling bananas and the whole world thinks that you are just a banana seller. But after sunset, you go and you take darshan of Gangaji, you give money for the Ganga Puja at the time of sunset. After sunset, you come to your cottage, your little hut, straw hut, you sit inside and all night you chant until sunrise. And then again, you sit out like a banana seller. You hide your devotional practices so that nobody will respect you. but you have satisfied me so much by your devotion. You ask me for any benediction, I will give you. In Mahaprakash Lila, Mahaprabhu asked Sridhar. And Sridhar was such a satisfied person. He said, Mahaprabhu, I don't want anything. You have given me devotion, that is more than enough for me. Mahaprabhu says, no, but my name is Varadraj. I like to give var, I like to give benedictions. So for my pleasure, you ask me for something. Sridhar said, I really cannot think of anything. I'm fully satisfied. If I needed something, I would have asked you, but I don't need anything. I'm satisfied. Mahaprabhu says, how about I give you tremendous wealth? Sridhar said, what will I do with that wealth? It will just be a disturbance. Okay, can I make you the king of Bengal? I will kill that Chand Kazi and I will make you the king. I will kill Nawab Hussain Shah and I will make you the king of Bengal. He says, no, what will I do with that? I don't want. Can I give you some mystic perfection, siddhis, some magical powers? No. That will be a nuisance. I don't want that. Can I make you king of heaven? Can I make you Indra? And you can enjoy the heavenly pleasures. He says, I am in Navadvip. This is your eternal abode. Leaving Navadvip, why should I go to that Svargalok? Who cares about Svargalok? I don't know. Sridhar, can I give you liberation? Can I give you mukti? Sridhar said, Mukti Devi is at your lotus feet. And you are giving me darshan. You are allowing me to chant your holy names. What do I have to do with mukti? I don't need mukti. But ask me for something, please. Ask me for something. It will give me pleasure if I can give you some benediction. Ask me for something. And then with tears in his eyes, Sridhar told Mahaprabhu that Mahaprabhu, many years ago when you were a child, every morning you would come to my banana shop. It was not a shop, I was just sit by the side of the road with some bananas, some banana leaves. He would sell banana leaves also because people use banana leaves as plate to eat. So he would sell banana leaves, bananas. Every morning he would come. Do you remember? He might say, yes, I remember. Every morning I used to come. But you don't come anymore. You don't come anymore. Now you have become Nimai Pandit. But when you were baby Nimai, every day you would come. And 2 hours you would argue with me. You would fight with me, you would bargain with me. And in the end you would take my bananas for free. Mahaprabhu, I miss you so much. If you want to give me benediction, then give me this benediction. That every day, that young boy Nimai will come to my banana shop and argue with me and then forcefully snatch my bananas and banana leaves and take them for free. Please give me this benediction. That I never lose vision of that Nimai who used to come every day. And Mahaprabhu was also in tears, seeing the love of his devotee. When Mahaprabhu took sannyas on Makar Sankranti. But on the eve of his sannyas, the previous evening, Mahaprabhu called all the devotees to his home. Vishnu Priya Devi, Shashi Mata and Mahaprabhu, with their own hands, 3 of them sat all afternoon and with their own hands they made flower garlands for all the devotees who were going to come in the evening. And with their own hands, they made chandan paste, sandalwood paste. Mahaprabhu had invited all the devotees. Nobody knew that next day he was going to take sannyas. Nobody knew. Only Nityananda Prabhu knew, Mukunda knew, and Gadhadhar knew. Even Haridas Thakur did not know. Gadhadhar Pandit, Mukundatta, Nityananda Prabhu, they knew. Even Advaita Acharya did not know. So Mahaprabhu called all of them home. Normally they would meet at Srivasangal. But he said, this evening you all come to my house. So all of them came. And when they came, Mahaprabhu welcomed each and every devotee with the flower garland and sandalwood path. He applied chandan and offered garland. And then they had kirtan together. And Shashi Mata and Vishnu Priya Devi had cooked a feast. And then Mahaprabhu personally served all of them. Chaitanya Bhagavat describes this. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur describes. Mahaprabhu fed all of them. And when all the devotees were leaving, Haridas Thakur asked Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu, can I sleep in the courtyard today? I don't feel like leaving you. Mahaprabhu said, okay. Gadhadhar Pandit said, can I also stay? Mahaprabhu said, okay. All the other devotees, one by one, they left. And when it was time to retire, Kola Vijay Sridhar came on the last evening of Nimai. Kola Vijay Sridhar came and he brought a gift for Mahaprabhu. On his thatched roof, there was a pumpkin creeper. And every now and then, it would produce a pumpkin. And that day, it had produced a pumpkin. And it was just ripe. So Sridhar, he knew how much love Mahaprabhu had for him. Mahaprabhu had a rule in Navadvip. He would not take prasad if the banana leaf did not come from Sridhar's shop. He would only accept prasad on a banana leaf that was sent by Sridhar. Every day. And whenever this pumpkin grew, Sridhar would bring it to Mahaprabhu. On the eve of Sannyas, when everybody was going, Sridhar said, I just finished Ganga Puja. I just closed my shop, I finished Ganga Puja and I came home to chant my rounds. It was getting dark and I saw that this pumpkin was there. I thought I should give it to you. I thought maybe I'll give it tomorrow, but I don't know. I think I should give it today only. So I cut it and I brought it for you. Mahaprabhu was so happy. He had already eaten with the devotees. It was time for him to retire. And Sridhar said, Mahaprabhu, you can cook this tomorrow and you can have it tomorrow, this pumpkin. And Mahaprabhu told Shachi Mata that no mother, I am hungry. I want to eat it now. Because nobody knew that next day he will not be there. So the last meal that Mahaprabhu ate in his house, cooked by Vishnu Priya Devi and Shachi Mata, was the pumpkin of Sridhar. Vrindavan Thakur even describes how it was cooked. It was chopped and grated, and it was boiled in milk with sugar. So it was a pumpkin kheer. That was the last meal that Mahaprabhu ate as a grahastha in Navadvip. It was a pumpkin of Sridhar from his own roof. This is how dear devotees are to Mahaprabhu who practice satisfaction, santushta. Then, after describing the duty of a Brahman, Krishna says in verse number 34, O Brahman, how is your king attending to your welfare? Indeed, that king in whose country the citizens are happy and protected is very dear to me. Alayamana same priyaha. Krishna says that king who protects his citizens, and in that kingdom where the citizens are happy, that king is very dear to me. So, which Brahman is dear to Krishna? One who practices and follows the religious duties. And which king is dear to Krishna? One who protects the citizens and keeps the citizens happy. Sukham Vasanti means they are happily residing in the kingdom, and Palayamana means he protects them. So protection and happiness of the citizens is the duty of the king. That way a Kshatriya can become dear to Krishna. Then Krishna says to the Brahman, where have you come from? How did you cross this impassable sea? Krishna is wondering, how did you cross the sea? And for what purpose have you come? Please tell me everything. If it's not a secret, please tell me everything. Then in verse number 36, Srila Shukadeva Goswami says, thus questioned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Evam Samprishta Samprashno, when he was asked like this by Krishna, the Brahman broke the seal of the envelope that Rukmini had given him with the letter inside, and he started reading the letter to Krishna. Krishna said, please tell me what you have come for. So he opened that letter and started reading. So please open verse number 37. I would like all of you to read it because today is Rukmini Dwadashi and it's the very powerful prayers of Rukmini Devi. We will discuss them. Shri Rukmini Ruvacha Shri Rukmini Ruvacha Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shranvatam Te Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shranvatam Te निर्विश्य कर्ण विवरैर्हरत्वङ्गतापम् रूपं दृशां दृशिमताम् अखिलार्थलाभम् त्वय अच्युता विशति चित्तमपत्रमं मे Shri Rukmini said in the letter which was read by the Brahmana, Bhuvana Sundara, O beauty of all the world. She is addressing Krishna as the most beautiful one. O Krishna, the most beautiful, all attractive one. Shrutva Gunan, having heard your transcendental qualities, which enter the ears of those who hear and remove their bodily distress, and having also heard of your beauty, which fulfills all the visual desires of those who see you, I have fixed my shameless mind upon you, O Krishna. See, in those days, to write such an explicit letter to another man, it requires a lot of boldness. But Rukmini was so much in love with Krishna, and it was such a dire situation that she was about to get married to Shishupal. We really have to understand the situation of Rukmini. So let us spend few minutes trying to understand the situation of Rukmini. Rukmini is the goddess of fortune. Rukmini, Dwarkadhish. Sita, Ram. In the previous Yuga, in Treta Yuga, this same Shri Rukmini Devi came as Sita, Shrimati Sita Devi. And Krishna came as Ram. In the previous Yuga, Rukmini had been abducted by Ravan. Ravan, his brother Kumbhakaran, they are Jai Vijay. In Dwapar Yuga, they came as? Are you getting the connection? Ravan had abducted Sita in Treta Yuga. In Dwapar Yuga, that same Ravan has come as Shishupal. Shishupal Dantavakra. Dantavakra is Kumbhakarna. Ravan is Shishupal. They were Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu previously. Previous Yuga, in Treta Yuga, Ravan had abducted Sita. Now Sita has come as Rukmini. And Ravan has come as Shishupal. And they are about to get married. Previous Yuga, Sita was married to Ram. Ravan abducted her and Ram fought a war and got Sita back, saved her. Unfortunately, in this pastime, in this Leela, in Dwapar Yuga, Sita's father wants her to marry Ravan. Imagine, Janak Maharaj wants to give Sita's hand to Ravan. That is what is happening to Rukmini. Bhishmak Maharaj is making arrangements to get Rukmini, who is Sita, get married to Shishupal, who is Ravan. Imagine. Sita loves Ram. Rukmini loves Krishna. And Ravan hates Ram. Shishupal hates Krishna. Imagine, if Rukmini were to get married to Shishupal, all her life she will have to hear blasphemy of Krishna, who she loves. Process that for a minute. Rukmini loves Krishna more dearly than anyone else. And if she ends up getting married to Shishupal, all her life she will have to hear the blasphemy of Krishna. What were the first words that came out of Shishupal's mouth when he was born? Children, when they are born, they start crying. They cry when they are born. Shishupal, when he was born, he was blaspheming Krishna. The first word that came out of Shishupal's hands were blasphemy of Krishna. That was Shishupal. And he had 4 arms. And there was a Akashwani, announcement, divine announcement from the sky, that in whosever lap he goes and two of his hands disappear and fall off, that person will kill him. And Shishupal was a family relative of Krishna's. So after he was born, he was braying like a donkey. And he was cursing Krishna at the top of his lungs from his childhood. He was blaspheming Krishna. Shishupal represents envy of Krishna. And Krishna came with Balram and Devaki and Vasudev to meet the newborn child in their family. And his mother, because she had heard that Akashvani, anybody would come, she would keep the child in their lap to see what happens. So she kept Shishupal in Balram's lap, nothing happened. She put in Devaki's lap, nothing happened. Rohini's lap, nothing happened. Vasudev's lap, nothing happened. As soon as the mother of Shishupal put Shishupal in Krishna's lap, his two arms fell off. Oh, Krishna, you will kill my son? You will kill your own relative? Auntie, I will not kill him. I will forgive him 100 times. But if in one go, in one sitting, if he commits more than 100 aparats, only then I will kill him. Okay. Thank you. And then she taught Shishupal that you can blaspheme 99 times. So every time he would meet Krishna, he would blaspheme Krishna, abuse Krishna, use cuss words 99 times. He would hit a counter. Shishupal's Japamala had 99 beats. He would criticize 99 times and then stop. Okay, go. Krishna would say go. Then he would start the next round, second round of 99. But he never criticized Krishna 100 times. Because Krishna had said, if you criticize me 100 times, then I will kill. Rukmini would have to hear blasphemy of Krishna day and night if she were to marry Shishupal. You realize Rukmini's dilemma and the conundrum that she is in. So she is writing this letter. With this mood, we should understand this letter. So she is saying, Krishna, I love you. Having heard of your divine qualities, I have given my heart to you. And essentially she is saying, I love you. Krishna, Tavasmi, I am yours. Text 38. Katva mukunda mahati kulashila rupa. Katva mukunda mahati kulashila rupa. Vidya vayo dravina dhama bhir atma tulyam. Vidya vayo dravina dhama bhir atma tulyam. Dhira patim kulavati Navrinita Kanya. Kale Nrisimha Naraloka Manobhiramam. O Mukunda, you are equal only to yourself. So our acharyas have given a commentary, Tika. So after hearing the first verse where Rukmini says, Oh Krishna, you are so beautiful, your qualities are so divine. Just having heard about you, I have decided to give my heart to you. I have fixed my mind only on you, Krishna. I am saying this shamelessly, that I am yours. So when Krishna hears this verse, Rukmini is anticipating what Krishna will say. So Krishna says, really? You have heard about me and you have given your heart to me? Why me? If Krishna asks after hearing the first verse, why me? What did you hear about me? That made you give your heart to me, that made you fix your mind upon me. Why me? Then in this verse 38, Rukmini is replying to that. Oh Mukunda, you are equal only to yourself in terms of Kula, your family lineage, Sheela, your good character, Rupa, your beauty, Vidya, your knowledge, youthfulness, Vayo, your wealth, Dravina, and Dhamabhir, and your influence. And she's calling him Nrasimha. Oh lion among men. Rukmini is saying, oh lion among men, you delight the minds of all mankind. Manobhiramam. Manobhiramam. You delight the minds of everyone. What aristocratic, sober-minded and marriageable, eligible girl of a good family would not choose you as her husband? So if Krishna says, why me? She says, why not you? You equal only to yourself. You're asamurdho. You're the best of the best of the best. In terms of your beauty, your character, everything. You're the best, Krishna. Okay. Verse number 39. So Krishna hears the first two verses. And then what if Krishna tells Rukmini, well, but you're about to get married to someone else, right? Why are you writing me a letter? You should have thought of this before. It's too late now. Your marriage has been fixed with someone else. Then she writes, verse number 39. Tanme bhavan khalu vrata patiranga jayam. Tanme bhavan khalu vrata patiranga jayam. Atma arpitascha bhavatotra vibho videhi. Atma arpitascha bhavatotra vibho videhi. Ma vira bhagam abhimarshatu chaidya ara. Ma vira bhagam abhimarshatu chaidya ara. Goma yuvan mrigapater balimam bujaksha. Goma yuvan mrigapater balimam bujaksha. So if Krishna says, but you're about to get married to someone else, she says, oh my dear Lord, I have chosen you as my husband. I have not chosen Shishupal. So don't say that, oh, but you are about to get married to Shishupal. No, no, no. I have not chosen Shishupal. I have chosen you as my husband. I have chosen you as my husband and I surrender Atma Arpita. I offer myself to you. I surrender myself to you. Please come swiftly. Please come swiftly, O Almighty One. Because if Krishna says, how can I come swiftly? You are so far away. You are hundreds of kilometers. You are all powerful. you can come. Come swiftly, O Almighty, and make me your wife. Make me your wife. My dear lotus-eyed Lord, Ambujaksha, my dear lotus-eyed Lord, Krishna is saying, but you are about to get married to Shishupal. Rukmini is saying, let Shishupal never touch me. Let Shishupal never touch me. Because I belong to you. You are like a lion and Shishupal is like a jackal. Don't let that jackal touch she who belongs to the lion. Come swiftly. She's saying like that. Now, after hearing this, Krishna says, Rukmini, but why should I come swiftly for you? What good qualities do you have? Do you think you deserve me? Why should I come for you? If Krishna puts that argument, Rukmini Devi speaking verse number 40. Are you ready?
Yes.
Purteshta datta niyama vrata deva vipra. Purteshta datta niyama vrata deva vipra. Gur archanadi bhiralam bhagavan pareshaha. Gur archanadi bhiralam bhagavan pareshaha. Aradhito yadi Gadhadhar etya panim. Aradhito yadi Gadhadhar etya panim. Grinatu me nadama ghosha sutadayonye. Grinatu me nadama ghosha sutadayonye. If Krishna says, why you? First he says, why me? Then he says, why you? Why should I come for you swiftly? She says, oh, I don't have any good qualities. You're right. But if I have sufficiently worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead by pious activities, by sacrifices, by charity, by rituals, and by observing vows, and also by worshipping the demigods, the Brahmanas, and the Gurus, then may Gadhadhar, Krishna's elder brother is Balram, Krishna's younger brother is Gadhadhar. So one of the names of Krishna is Gadhadhar, the elder brother of Gadhadhar. then oh Gadhadharaja, come and take my hand. And don't let Dama Ghosha's son, I mean Shishupal, or anyone else touch me. So she's saying, yes, I don't have any good qualities, but if I have performed worship of the Supreme Lord, worship of the demigods, worship of the gurus, worship through charity, sacrifice, rituals, observing vows, then please come. And if Krishna says, oh, but you are a young girl, you are only just in your teenage years, what sacrifices have you performed? What charity have you done? What vows have you followed? Then she says, if I have ever, even in my previous lifetimes, you can take the pious credits accumulated in all my lifetimes and see if it makes me eligible. She's saying that whatever I have done, I just consider everything, all the good activities, pious activities I have done, all the worship I have done in this life and in all my previous lives, and please see if I am eligible. She's praying like that. Then Krishna, okay. Krishna says, okay. You are eligible. You are very pure and you deserve me. But your marriage is tomorrow. This is too late. Your marriage is tomorrow. And there will be so many preparations have been made for your marriage to Shishupal. Now it's too late now. Marriage is tomorrow. So she writes verse number 41 in reply to that argument of Krishna's. Shobhavini tvamajito dvahane vidarbhan. Shobhavini tvamajito dvahane vidarbhan. Gupta sametya pranata patibhi praritaha. Gupta sametya patibhi praritaha. Nirmathya chaidya magadhendra balam prasahya. Nirmathya chaidya magadhendra balam prasahya. Mam rakshasena vidhinodvaha virya shulklam. She says, oh unconquerable one. Because Krishna says, there will be so many armies there. Jayadrat's army will be there. Shishupal will come with his army. That Pundrak is coming. Dantavakra is coming. Plus Rukmi is there with your own army. He has the home ground advantage. I will come there. It's a mission impossible. So she says, she begins with calling him Ajit. You are unconquerable. Don't give me that argument that these puny kings can defeat you. No, you are Ajit. You are unconquerable. Oh, unconquerable one. Tomorrow, when my marriage ceremony is about to begin, you should arrive unseen in Vidarbha and surround yourself with the leaders of your army. If they have an army, you come with your army. Then crush the forces of Chaitya and Magadhendra. Chaitya and Magadhendra means Shishupal and Jarasandha. And you marry me in the Raksha style, because Krishna's argument was, your wedding is already fixed with Shishupal. So she says, yes, but there is a Rakshas Vivaha, where the bride can be abducted and married. So you marry me in the Raksha style. She's giving counter arguments to everything that Krishna is saying. You marry me, you abduct me and marry me in the Raksha style, winning me with your valor. You win me with your valor, please. Because now Krishna considered that you are qualified. Previously the question was, are you qualified? And she said, take all my pious credits. Okay, you are qualified. Then she says, then come and win me in the Raksha style. But then Krishna says, oh listen, Rukmini, okay, that's all right, I will come, no problem. But there is another problem that cannot be solved. And the problem is, see, marriage is a very auspicious time. If I come into Vidarbha, you are saying come to Vidarbha and then destroy the forces and take me. But when I destroy the forces surrounding you, who are guarding you, they are your people who are guarding you. Your brother will be there. Your father will be there. So do you want me to kill them? Do you want me to kill them? On the day of your wedding to me? Really? Is that what you want? So Rukmini anticipates that argument from Krishna and she writes verse number 42. Anta purantara charim anihatya bandhun. Anta purantara charim anihatya bandhun. Tvamudvahe kathamiti pravadam upayam. पूर्वे द्युरस्ति महती कुलदेव यात्रा यस्यां बहिर्नववधूर्गिरिजामुपेया So Rukmini, you want me to come, attack the palace where your father, your brother, your mother, everybody is there, and start killing people, start attacking, shooting arrows, and then abduct you? This is something a good idea to massacre your family members. So she's saying, listen. Since I will be staying within the inner chambers of the palace, you may wonder, how can I carry you away without killing some of your family members and relatives? But I will tell you a way out. Rukmini will answer for that also. She says, on the day before the marriage, there is a grand procession to honor the royal family's deity, Kula Devata. And in this procession, the new bride goes outside the city to visit goddess Girija. It's a family tradition that before marriage takes place, we go little outside the city in the family temple of Shiva, Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. So when I go there, that's when you should abduct me. My family will not be there. I will be surrounded by my sakhis, my maid servants, my friends and the guards, palace guards. So that is the opportunity for you. Don't come in the palace. I'm not asking you to come to the palace. Outside the city, when I come to take darshan of Shiva and Parvati, that is when you should abduct me. So she's defeating all the arguments of Krishna. Now, Krishna says the final thing. All right, you have a foolproof plan. But Rukmini, what if I don't come? What if I don't come? So then she writes the final verse. Verse number 43. Yasyangri pankaja raja snapanam mahanto Vanchat umapatirivatmatamopahatyai Yar ambujaksha labheya bhavat prasadam Jayamasun vrataksharan shata janmabhisya If Krishna says, Rukmini, what if I don't come? Then Rukmini writes in the final verse, O lotus-eyed Lord, great souls like Lord Shiva hanker to bathe in the dust of your lotus feet. Yasyangri pankaja raja snapanam mahanto. Mahan, great demigods, they want to do snapanam, they want to bathe in Yasyangri pankaja raja. The dust of your lotus feet, they want to bathe. Shivji wants to bathe with the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna. And thereby destroy their own ignorance. They think that if we bathe with Krishna's lotus feet dust, then we will be freed from all our ignorance and misgivings. So Rukmini answers Krishna's question, if I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give up my life, which will have become weak from severe penances that I will perform. In other words, she is saying, I will fast. If you don't come, no problem, it's up to you. I will not eat, I will not drink. I will perform severe penances, my body will become weak, and one day I will give up my life. Then, Shata Janma Bhisya. Then, after hundreds of lifetimes of such tapasya, where I will fast unto death, may I obtain your mercy. I will wait. If you don't come in this lifetime, it's okay. I am not qualified. But to obtain you, with the motive of obtaining you, I will fix my mind on you and I will fast from food and water. I will give up my life. Then I will be born again based on my karma. Again I will fix my mind on you. I will fast from food and water and I will die. And I am willing to do this hundreds of times. until I get you. But I cannot accept anyone else. In other words, she's saying, Mat prana nathastu saeva natha. You are my Lord, birth after birth. Mama janmani janmanishwara bhavatat bhaktir ahaitu kidva. You may accept me, you may reject me, but I will wait. I will wait patiently. But I will not accept anyone else. Last verse of the chapter, verse 44. The Brahman said after reading this message, "This is the confidential message I have brought with me, O Lord of the Yadus, Yadudeva. Please consider what must be done in these circumstances and do it at once." And do it at once. Krishna, after hearing this beautiful letter, the original love letter from Rukmini, he told the Brahman, "I promise you, I will marry Rukmini tomorrow. Daruk, bring the chariot." He called his charioteer with 4 horses, 1 white horse, 1 dark horse, 1 green horse, 1 yellow horse. He says, "Ready the chariot." And Krishna got on the chariot. He didn't even tell Balaram. He got on the chariot and told the Brahman, "You also come. What are you waiting? Come on, let's go. Let's go to Vidarbha right now." It was evening time, and by morning they were in Vidarbha. Krishna reached a garden on the outskirts of the palace. In the meantime, Balramji came to know that my younger brother Ramanuja, my younger brother, has gone alone to Vidarbha, where there is that envious Rukmi with his entire army. Shishupal is there with his army. Jayadratha is there with his huge army. Poundrak is there. Dantavakra is there. And my Krishna is alone. Shri Shukdev Goswami says, out of Bhratra Sneha, out of love for his brother, Balramji called the entire Yadu dynasty. All the Yadu, Mahavir, Maharathis. And he also reached overnight. Practically with Krishna, Balramji also reached with the whole Yadu force. Ready to fight for Krishna, ready to protect Krishna. This is love. Even though he was not asked, he came. I will protect my younger brother. Maharaj Bhishma came to know that Krishna Balaram have come. He thought they have come to attend the wedding. So he went out to receive them early in the morning. He gave them gifts. He gave them madhuparka, which is milk with honey. That's how we traditionally welcome guests, with milk and honey. So he gave madhuparka and many, many gifts, arranged opulent accommodation for Krishna Balaram and their whole army, and food and everything for them. And in the meantime, Rukmini, with her friends, first circle of friends, second circle of maid servants, and third circle of very special forces, the palace guards. They are the best of the best soldiers, fully armed, ready to protect. They formed several circles around Rukmini, and Rukmini was carried in a palanquin. She had a holy bath early in the morning. She dressed in brand new clothes that were fresh off the loom, as is the custom, untouched clothes, fresh clothes. She was decorated with the finest jewels, and she sat in the palanquin unseen by anyone, and she was taken outside the city to the temple of Shivji and Mother Parvati for the traditional puja. And all the Brahman wives, they accompanied Rukmini Devi, and they were chanting Vedic mantras. They went inside. Inside was the deity of Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. Rukmini Devi bathed them, offered them fresh clothes, offered them fruits, flower, garlands and everything. The Brahman ladies, they chanted various prayers. There were no men there. They chanted various prayers, and then nice bhoga was offered to Mother Parvati. Girija, Rudrani, she was offered various bhogas. Then that Mahaprasad was given to Rukmini. And taking that Mahaprasad, she came out, holding the hand of her friend. a Sakhi. Again, surrounded in all these circles. And she came up to the temple in a palanquin, but she entered the temple premises barefoot, as is the custom. You never go to take darshan of the Lord in a palanquin. Srila Rupa Goswami writes in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it's one of the seva aprats, 32 seva aprats. You should always walk to the temple. So the palanquin stopped, few feet. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti says 15 feet. He gives the exact measure. 15 feet from the temple, the palanquin stopped, she got down and walked. So then after doing puja, she came out. And as she was coming out, the news spread that Rukmini has gone to take darshan and do puja of Mother Parvati. So Shishupal, Jarasan, Dantavakra, they all wanted to have darshan of Rukmini. The first darshan, they had never seen. So they thought this will be an opportune moment to see her. But she was surrounded by all these circles of bodyguards. And Shishupal, he was filled with lust, wanted to see his wife before the marriage. So he got on an elephant. So he could see her. And they went near the temple. And Jarasan, Shishupal, Dantavakra, Poundrak, they are all on elephant backs with their army. And they have come to see Rukmini. And as Rukmini came out, she was covered with the veil of her sari. She came out. And Krishna Balaram also came there at that same time. But nobody knew. But Shishupal, Dantavakra, they saw Krishna. And they thought maybe Bhishma Maharaj invited them. Maybe they are invited guests. But Shishupal immediately warned all his friends. Krishna Balaram has come. Be on the watch out, be on the lookout, be alert. Saladhan, attention. Everybody, be ready. Ready your archers, ready your bows and arrows, everybody ready. Everybody was ready. Krishna Balaram is standing there, nonchalantly. We are just spectators, witness. And Rukmini comes out. As soon as Shishupal saw Rukmini, Rukmini's beauty is described by Shishupdev Goswami. As soon as he saw Rukmini, she was so exquisitely beautiful. She was the personification of all beauty. She is an expansion of Srimati Radharani. You can only imagine. She was wearing exquisitely beautiful sari. She was talking to her friends and they were joking and she was smiling. When she smiled, her lips were naturally red like the bimba fruit. And her teeth were like jasmine buds, a straight row, beautiful teeth. She had the most beautiful face, very attractive earrings, and she was just the personification of beauty. And she was smiling and joking with her friends, and then her locks of hair came on her face. So with her left hand, she moved the hair like this and looked towards where some effulgence was coming from the crowd. Because all these kings were there and Krishna was there. Where Krishna was standing, it was Krishna's effulgence that was coming. So she understood, she could see some bright light. She did not want to see anybody else. She didn't want to see Shishupal, she didn't want to see Jarasan, she wanted to see none of them. She only wanted to see Krishna. When she saw some light, some effulgence, she thought this must be Krishna. So she moved her hair and looked in the direction of the effulgence, looked at Krishna. And when she moved her hair, Shishupdev Goswami says, Shishupal got the first glimpse of Rukmini. And she was so astoundingly beautiful that Shishupal was stupefied. See, Krishna arrived, Shishupal had reached for his sword. And he actually had pulled out his sword. But when he saw Rukmini, he was so stupefied that he dropped his weapon. He became unconscious and he fell from the elephant down. And everybody was looking at Shishupal. Oh, Shishupal, what happened? You fell. He actually fell down. He blooped. He fell down. And all the other kings fell. Dantavakra also fell, Jarasan also fell, just seeing the beauty of Rukmini. But Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes a tika, writes a commentary there, that actually they did not see Rukmini. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the purport that those whose hearts are infected with lust, how can they have darshan of Srimati Rukmini Devi, who is the internal potency of Krishna? So they saw, just like Ravan saw Maya Sita, they saw Maya Rukmini. and seeing Maya Rukmini, they fainted. Imagine how beautiful Rukmini must be. And only Krishna saw Rukmini. And when she looked in the direction of the effulgence, their eyes met. Krishna's and Rukmini's eyes met for the first time. Shishupal fell, fainted. Everybody was doing CPR on him. Krishna came, took Rukmini. Rukmini gladly got on the chariot and by the time he returned to consciousness, he only saw dust. And there was no Rukmini. Krishna was gone with Rukmini. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai! Shri Rukmini Devi ki Jai! They were gone. And he woke up. Oh, what just happened? She was just here. I was about to get married to her. Remember, in the previous incarnation, he had her for a year in the Ashok Vatika, but could not touch her because he had that shrap on him, the curse, that if he forced himself on a woman, he would die. So he was waiting that Sita will agree. He was threatening her and coercing her and trying so many things. Never happened. He died, but never got Sita. And she was Maya Sita. And this time, he is about to get married to her. Now the parents have arranged, it's an arranged marriage with Sita. Ravan is getting married to Sita. And see what happened. What an anticlimax for Shishupal. He's gone. Then all these kings, Jarasandha, he said, don't worry, we are there, we will stop. And they attacked Krishna. And Krishna, Balram and their army, they just completely routed all these armies who were opposing. Everybody was defeated. Jarasandha fell down, Shishupal fell down, Dantavakra was defeated, and Krishna went to Dwarka. So they all fell down, and they were completely defeated. Then Jarasandha comes, and he preaches to Shishupal. He tells Shishupal, don't worry. I have also been defeated by Krishna 17 times. Don't tell anybody, it's a secret. But even I have been defeated. You are not the only one. This Krishna has defeated me 17 times. But see, I am not depressed. You also don't be depressed. Shishupal said, but I lost my wife. My wife was stolen in plain sight, broad daylight. He was crying. Bhagavatam describes Shishupal was crying like a man who had just lost his wife. And Jarasandha was saying, she was not even married to you yet. No, I wanted to marry her. She was so beautiful. I was having all these dreams and all my dreams are shattered. Please do something. Jarasandha says, time, my friend, time. Time is not on your side. This is the nature of this material world. See, sometimes we get happiness. He's preaching. Sometimes we get sorrow. Don't worry. Okay, now I am going back to Bihar. I am going to my home place. But you don't be depressed, okay? You cheer up. And all of them go. And then Shishupal also gets up, he wipes his tears and he also goes. But Rukmini is very insulted. Because he had arranged the whole marriage. All the preparations are there, the Brahmanas are there, there's the Yajna Kund, everything, and he's just gone. He says, this is too much of an insult for me as the elder brother. So he went behind Krishna. And before leaving Vidarbha, he made a solemn promise. He said, my dear citizens, listen to my vow. I will go and kill Krishna. And if I fail to kill him, I will never come back to Vidarbha in my life. He got on his chariot, got his army ready, and he went full speed, chasing behind Krishna, and he caught up with Krishna. Before Krishna reached Dwarka, he caught up with Krishna and challenged Krishna, wait! Don't run away like a coward, fight me! And he shot 3 arrows at Krishna, which pierced Krishna's armor. 3 arrows. Alright, Krishna said. Krishna turned his chariot around and said, let's fight. So Krishna, with 1 arrow, broke his bow. So he couldn't shoot any more arrows. With 2 arrows, he killed the charioteer. With several arrows, he killed all the horses. 1 arrow, he broke the flag. And in the meantime, Shishupal, Rukmi, he picked up another bow and shot 5 arrows into Krishna's armor. They only pierced his armor. Nothing happened to Krishna. Then Krishna broke the second bow. Rukmi came with 3 bows. He picked up the 3rd bow. And as he was picking it up, another arrow, Krishna broke the 3rd bow also. Now he could not shoot any arrows. He picked up a gada, mace, club. And Krishna shot arrows and broke that club into several pieces. He picked up a javelin, same thing. Krishna broke it to pieces. Then Krishna shot arrows at him and broke his armor. And he had nothing left. So he got so frustrated that Krishna shot arrows at his chariot, which was anyway incapacitated, and the chariot broke into powder. Krishna shot so many arrows, and he fell down. Rukmi. All he had was a sword. So he whipped out his sword and started running towards Krishna. Krishna, I will come and kill you. And Krishna shot one arrow, and his sword fell down. Then Krishna got down from the chariot with his sword to kill him. Rukmini fell at Krishna's feet and she said, today is the day of our marriage, my lord. This is my elder brother, after all. Please don't kill him. Please spare his life. If you have any compassion on me, please don't kill my brother. Krishna says, okay. If he is dear to you, then he is dear to me also. Let me serve him by giving him a haircut. Krishna broke Rukmi's shirt, that cloth, uttariya, whatever he was wearing, and tied his hands behind like this with his own cloth. And his army is watching. And then Krishna with his sword gave him a very special haircut. He cut his hair, left his hair at some places and cut half his moustache. He had a nice Kshatriya moustache. Half his moustache was gone. Shaved right there on the battlefield. And then by that time Balramji came. Balram chastised Krishna. He said, Krishna, is this what I have taught you? To disfigure the enemy? Oh ho ho ho, what have you done, Krishna? This is unbecoming of you. Insulting a powerful Kshatriya like Rukmi like this? Look at his hairstyle, look at his moustache. Oh, this is worse than that. Balram is rubbing salt in Rukmi's mood. This is worse than that. What you have done is worse than that. Krishna, you should not do like this. This is not good. Then he looks at Rukmini. Balramji looks at Rukmini and tells Rukmini, Rukmini, Devi, please do not be angry with your husband, Krishna. After all, whatever happened to Rukmi was the result of his own karma. We get results of our karma. He has done so much evil. He tried to prevent you from marrying Krishna even though you loved Krishna so much. So this is just the consequences of his own karma. Then Balramji speaks some Bhagavad Gita philosophy there to Rukmini to pacify her. Like, don't worry, this is your brother, but we will leave him, we will spare his life. But even if we were to kill him, there would be nothing wrong on Krishna's part because he's the aggressor. He tried to kill Krishna. He's the one who shot the arrows at Krishna first. But anyway, we are going to leave him, and even if he dies, don't worry, he is not the body. Only the body dies. The soul is eternal. Balram says, the soul is like the moon. Moon, Pratipad, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, it goes, it waxes to Purnima. And then wanes, and new moon is Amavasya. There is no moon. Balramji says, new moon is like death. So our body also grows, waxes like the moon, and wanes as we grow old, and then dwindles and dies. Amavasya. But Rukmini Devi, even on Amavasya night, when the moon is not visible, the moon is still there. It's just that we cannot see it. So soul is there. Even the body dies, the soul. What a beautiful philosophy. So the soul is there. So Rukmi is a soul, he is eternal, we are all souls, so don't worry, don't lament like this for him, even if you were to die. But we are not going to kill him, don't worry. Krishna, don't kill him, let him go. So Rukmi, he builds a city there, where he was shamed and defeated, he builds a city, he cannot go back home. So he tells the soldiers, let's build a city here and let's settle down here now, because I cannot go to Vidarbha until I kill Krishna. So let's prepare for battle, we'll attack him again in the future, but for now let's just settle down here. So he settled down there, Rukmi. Krishna and Rukmini went to Dwarka and there was a grand marriage ceremony there. The news had already reached how Krishna had happily abducted Rukmini and brought her, and she was going to be Krishna's first wife. So all the marriage ceremony was arranged in Dwarka. Entire city of Dwarka was decorated. All the roads were washed with fragrant scented water. All the homes were decorated. There were banana leaves, coconuts, mango leaves outside all the homes. All the citizens dressed in opulent fresh clothes and jewelry. They came on the side of the roads to welcome Krishna and Rukmini. The Brahmanas were chanting auspicious mantras to pacify all the planets, remove all the doshas, because so much massacre and killing had just taken place. And they came, and a beautiful marriage ceremony, Rukmini Mangalam. Beautiful marriage ceremony took place where Krishna and Rukmini were married. And all the citizens were very happy. We will conclude our katha by reading the last verse of chapter 54. So 10.54.60. Last verse. It's a very beautiful verse and we'll conclude with this. So Rukmini and Krishna got married. 10.54.60. Please repeat after me. Dwarakayam abhud rajan Mahamoda Puraukasa Rukminya Ramayopetam Drishtva Krishnam Shriyapatim. The Dwarka citizens, the citizens of Dwarka were overjoyed. Mahamoda, they were maha happy, very very happy to see Krishna, who is the Lord of all opulence. Krishnam Shriya Patim. And Rukmini, Rukminya Ramayopetam. Krishna united with Rukmini, who is the goddess of fortune. She is Ramaya, she is goddess of fortune, Rukmini, and Krishna, who is Shripati. Them coming together and getting happily married, the Dwarkavasis were Mahamoda. They were very happy to see Krishna Rukmini married. And in this way, the 60th chapter of the 10th canto, marriage of Krishna and Rukmini, concludes. In this way, all the citizens were very happy that Krishna and Rukmini got married in Dwarka. Thus end the purports of the humble servants of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to the 10th canto, 54th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Marriage of Krishna and Rukmini. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Gadhadhar Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So this is the difference between devotee and non-devotee. The Dwarkavasis are devotees, they were happy to see Krishna and Rukmini get married. And Rukmini and Shishupal, they are non-devotees. It was the greatest tragedy for them. So one man's food is another man's poison. So we have to become devotees. Radha Krishna, Seva Pao, Ei Abhilashi. You want to get service, favorable service to Radha and Krishna, that is the goal of our life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Are there any questions or comments? Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu, would you like to enlighten us with a few words, please? Hare Krishna.
I was just relishing not only the Gatha, but the reactions of the devotees to the Gatha. It is such an inextricable union when a nice devotee, an advanced devotee, speaks Gatha, and the devotees relish the Gatha. And we see that that really is our only business. Bhakti means to hear and to chant the glories of the Lord in association with each other. I just read a quote from Maya Angelou, she's a famous poet.
Prabhu, can you keep it close, Prabhu? Yeah.
In the United States, and she made it seemed to be very cryptic, but then when I read what she meant by it, I saw how it applied. I always think in relationship to the devotees. And she said that we are everywhere and nowhere, and that is our freedom. So when I first read that, I thought, well, that sounds Mayavadi, that sounds like really... And then I read what she said about that. She said, we are everywhere means that we are with each other. We are everywhere with each other. And we are nowhere means we also stand alone. And when we have that understanding that we need association, and tonight is a very good example of why we need association. We hear and we chant together. But we also are alone. At the time of death, everything that we have accrued, the bhakti, sukriti, the association, everything, that helps us to stand alone at a very important time. And knowing that, we are free. So thank you very much for making this a wonderful evening together. And now we'll go home and be alone and we'll contemplate what you said. And also, because the 4 items of knowledge according to the Vedas is you hear, then you reflect, then you assimilate, and then you share. And this creates a cycle of enthusiasm, inspiration, and knowledge. And the one thing that you said with Bhaktivinoda Thakur, 8 hours we work, right? 8 hours we spend with family, and 8 hours we do bhajan. And I was thinking, for pure devotee, because I was remembering the video of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj in his sleep doing arti. So for the pure devotee, there's no sleep. It's all bhajan. They're dreaming about how Prabhupada used to dream about how to spread Krishna consciousness. Gopal Krishna Maharaj is doing arti. It's a continuum. So our bhajan is not influenced by the mode of ignorance, sleep. Our bhajan, even during those moments, if we can cultivate that understanding and go home and reflect on what you just said, that beautiful story of Rukmini approaching Krishna and the whole kidnapping, that can be our bhajan this evening. We have 8 hours lying horizontally, and we can perform our bhajan now.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the session. Prabhuji, the question is, many incidents will happen in our life, and then most of the time, it's like either relatives or devotees or anyone.
Most of the times?
It's either relatives or devotees, anyone. It's like if they does something to us, like we feel like we forgive, but forgetting that from our mind and heart is most difficult, and then most of the time it may impair our chanting and other sadhana. So how can we forget? Like if we forgive, but forgetting from our within is very difficult. So how can we practice that?
Hare Krishna. How to forgive and how to forget. I remember I was giving a class, Bhakti Vaibhav class, and one devotee, so I said something, and one devotee in the class, there were around 40 to 50 devotees, and one devotee challenged me and said, Prabhu, what you just said is not right. It should be like this. And I said, I have read that it is like this. She said, this is the problem with speakers nowadays in ISKCON. They speak without proof. They speak without praman. And when you ask them, they say, but I have read, but I have heard. This person said this, that person said, but there is no, it's not factual. So I said, okay, we can research this later on and we can. And that was the end of it. I thought that I could forgive and forget. But I am telling all of you honestly, first time in my life, I could not sleep 1 minute that night. And I was surprised at myself. I never thought I was so weak. That someone opposes me or puts me down publicly. It's okay, that devotee had their point. I would get so disturbed that I would not be able to sleep 1 minute that entire night. It has never happened to me before, it has never happened to me since. But it happened to me that night. And I was surprised at myself. And it made me reflect that I have a lot of work to do. So I cannot answer your question from realization, because I am not there. I was disturbed, very disturbed. And I was thinking, oh, this devotee should have maybe said it in a little better way. It was too harsh. Or maybe spoken to me privately after the class. Why put me down like this publicly? But Krishna knows what we need. Krishna knows what we need. So I am grateful to Krishna that he gave me that experience. But I cannot answer your question based on realization, because I am not there. what I have heard from my spiritual master, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and it's a famous quote of Maharaj. 2 things we should always remember and 2 things we should always forget. Maharaj says, 2 things we should always remember is gratefully we should remember what others have done for us. And we should remember all the bad we have done to others. 2 things we should always remember is the good that others have done to us and the bad that we have done to others. We should always remember. And 2 things that we should forget is what bad others have done to us and what good we have done to others. Maharaj says, do good and forget about it. Do good and forget about it. So Maharaj has 2 things to remember, 2 things to forget. So today we saw 3 things we should be satisfied with, 3 things we should not be satisfied with. We learned from His Grace Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu the 4 elements of knowledge. And now 2 things to remember and 2 things to forget. Always remember what good others have done, so we remain grateful. Always remember what bad we have done to others, so we remain humble. Always forget what bad others have done to us, so we can forgive. And always forget what good we have done to others, so we don't become proud. Amanina? So this is theoretical knowledge. I cannot speak from realization, but this is what I have heard from. Yes, our Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhu wants to say something, please. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for coming to my rescue.
To your rescue. Oh, it's not on.
That green.
Hare
Krishna.
I would say, and I'll explain. I would say always forgive, never forget. And the reason being, I was in a similar situation to you, where something occurred publicly, public embarrassment, I won't get into the details, I'd rather not. But, and I was like you. I think it's natural to be disturbed in mind. You only didn't sleep one night. I didn't sleep for a week. My mind was so disturbed because, I was a temple president. I dedicated my life, most of my years to temple presidency, and there was criticism about the way I was managing. And literally for a week, this was so on my. I had so many counters to the argument, and it was disturbed. And then after a while, finally, when spiritual intelligence takes over, then you work through it. So I said I should never forget my reaction to that criticism, because my reaction was not proper. I should have heard the good, the truth in the matter, and ignored whatever was fabricated. And I should have learned, so I should never forget that. So that's why I say always forgive, but never forget. Because if you forget, then sometimes you may fall prey to that again. The false ego is so subtle. It is the subtlest, it is so subtle. So if I forget, and another instance occurs like that, and then I succumb to my false ego, then, I didn't do right. I should have never forgotten that situation and always tried to abort, the false ego from taking over and commandeering my intelligence, and that's what happens. Your intelligence gets commandeered, and then you just think about all these things and justifications and rationalizations. So I would always say, always forgive, never forget.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for the wonderful class. So I have 2 questions again, just the meanings and explanations. What is the meaning of Rukmini. Because I saw like all the 5 brothers were also starting with Rukmi, something. So I thought there could be a meaning of the word Rukmini.
I don't know. I have not heard or read anything about the meaning of the name Rukmini. Hare Krishna.
And then the other question I had was, Krishna is the elder brother of Gadhadhar.
Gadhadhar.
So I have not read or heard much about. Can you elaborate or?
He was one of the Yadus. So just like Subhadra was also a sister of Krishna, younger sister. Krishna had a younger brother called Gadha, and he was there here, and he participated in the battle along with Balram. He was there to protect Krishna in Gadhadhar, and they fought. So he was one of the Yadus.
Thank you.
Krishna had a big family.
Thank you.
Radiant, clear, or bright is what Google says.
Haribo!
Thanks to Google.
Radiant, clear,
Radiant, clear, or bright?
bright. Rukmini. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I have a question. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your class. Prabhu, I was talking to one of the friend. I was trying to convince her, but she was telling me that Krishna is the doer. In Bhagavad Gita, he says, you are not the doer. That is, I am not doing whatever Krishna is getting it done through me. Krishna is doing it to me, because in Bhagavad Gita he says, you are not the doer, you are not the doer. So I couldn't convince her very nicely, Prabhu. I tried to kept telling her, in a way, but if you can, how can we tell them, like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that you are not the doer, but how can we convince them?
Hare Krishna. So this is a argument that is sometimes given by materialistic people, that you come for the program, when Krishna will desire, I will come. So I have read Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur addresses this in Jaiva Dharma. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that this is a very lame argument, because if this were so, then what is the need to write scriptures? If everything Krishna is going to do, then what is the need to take diksha from the guru, take vows of initiation, do bhajan? Why Krishna is giving instructions? If he is only going to deliver us without any contribution from our side and rescue from our side, so it doesn't work. Because the relationship, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that we are all jivas, and our relationship with, we are Atma and Krishna is Paramatma. So our relationship with Ishwar, Krishna, Ishwara Parama Krishna, is that of love. Prema Pumarpo Mahan. The relationship is of love. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. Priti means love. So we have a relationship eternally. Nitya Siddha Krishna. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabura. So Krishna Prem is our Swarup. It is the Swarup of the Jiva, to love Krishna. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the Mayavadi philosophy, that everything is one, is wrong, because Prem can only exist between two entities. Therefore, we don't want Sayujya Mukti, where we want to annihilate our spiritual individuality by merging into Krishna, because if we become one with Krishna, then there cannot be rasa. For rasa to exchange, there should be relationship of love, and relationship can only exist if there are two entities. So that debunks the Mayavad philosophy. This Karma Mimamsha philosophy, when Krishna will desire, it will happen, you can do whatever you want, it's not going to happen, don't worry about it. This is a philosophy that actually Krishna speaks to Nanda Baba in the Govardhan pastime. And our acharyas have written extensive commentaries that Krishna is saying it only in jest. That's not the Bhagavad Gita philosophy. So, this philosophy that whenever Krishna wants, we will become devotees, that doesn't work, because our relationship is of love, and love is an active principle. Love is voluntary, and love like I have heard, I think from His Grace Mahatma Prabhu I have heard, I'm not sure, but I think from His Grace Mahatma Prabhu I have heard that love is not a noun, it's a verb. Love is not a noun, it's a verb. So love means actively we have to do something. Love means seva, service. Selfless service, that is love. So we have to do it. Like Lakshmi Narsimha Prabhu was saying that we are also alone. Prabhupada also said that you have to fly your own plane. Prabhupada said that. So bhakti is a relationship of love with Krishna, and a relationship means reciprocation. Krishna says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tateva bhajamyaham. That you approach me and I will reciprocate. Much more. Sudama gave 4 handfuls of poha, chipped rice. Krishna gave him palaces. So we take one step towards Krishna, Krishna gives us tremendously more in reciprocation. But we have to approach Krishna. We have to surrender to Krishna. We have to do bhajan. Therefore Krishna says, Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manate is a very misunderstood verse. People don't think you are the doer. Means don't do anything. So you should tell your friend, then stop eating. Stop working. Stop loving your family members. So, the correct understanding of that verse is, don't think you are the only doer. Prabhupada explains in the purport. Don't think you are the only doer. There are so many factors in action. Like a student. Now you are a student. Aniruddha. Correct? You are a pre-med student. You are going to go to medical school. You get good grades. You get accepted in a medical school. Is it fair for you to say, I am a self-made man? You are not self-made. You didn't drop from the Brahma Jyoti. You were given birth by your parents. You were fed. You were taken for vaccinations to the pediatric office. You were so many times treated for so many infections, protected by your parents, given warm clothes. Well, not in Florida, but when it gets cold, you are given warm clothes. When it gets hot, you are given light clothes. You were protected and nurtured. Your teachers invested in you. Your fellow students inspired you. So many people have contributed to making Aniruddha what he is today. So you are not the only cause of your success. Your friends inspired you to study. Your parents guided you, fed you, nourished you, protected you. Your teachers taught you. But if we have the best parents, best friends, best teachers, and we don't study, that is what your friend is suggesting. If the student gets into Harvard and then just puts the hands up, now I will not do anything. Getting into Harvard is my job. Graduating is Harvard's job. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that, right? So we also have to contribute. And there are multiple factors. That is the meaning of that word. Don't think you are the only karta aham. People say, I am a self-made man. I am an entrepreneur. I created this dynasty. That is karta aham. That is ahankar. That is ego. Such a person is a fool. Krishna says, vimudatma. Karta aham iti manyate. So that is the meaning. That I am not the only doer. We have to be grateful. Like Maharaj says, remember what good others have done for you. Always be grateful. That gratitude is important. That is the meaning. But we have to do bhajan. Because love means like a child. We do so much for a child because we love the child. Correct? So bhakti is exactly, it's love. Like a parent does for the child. We have to love Krishna with all our heart. That is the aim of life. Prabhupada taught us to recite this prayer before we start our japa every morning. 10 offenses against the holy name. And in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna prema. That is the aim of life. That Radha Krishna seva pavai abhilashi. So therefore, prem, love means we actively do something favorable. Anukulyana Krishnanushilanam bhakti uttama. So that favorable activities we have to do. That is a sign of love. Love is a two-way street. It's reciprocation. It's all about reciprocation. So how we can say, I will not reciprocate? That doesn't work. So it is about reciprocation. Relationship means two-way street. Okay? So explain like that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So it's Prabhu, you want to add something, please?
Excuse me, I'm checking the English teacher in me, because love is a noun and a verb.
It is.
But I use
He
it.
meant in bhakti.
Huh?
Mahatma Prabhu said in bhakti, love is a verb. So he was trying to emphasize that it involves action.
Yeah, manifest. Manifest.
Yeah, it is a noun. Yeah, not literally, but in bhakti. It's a verb. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here, but please, before the prasadam is served, we will have ecstatic kirtan. Okay?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Radha,
Prabhuji, just one thing. Today is Mataji's birthday.
Hare
So
Krishna.
let's all pray for her and bless her.
Okay. So let's pray for Her Grace Ishwari Radha Mataji, who is such a sincere disciple of Shripad Vaisheshika Prabhu.